Hello, I am Simulated Irk, and welcome to Simulated Irk Train Simulator 2018. I am back with a new episode. And a new look for Simulated Irk Train Simulators. This, of course, is Train Simulator 2018, which, of course, is the upgraded version of Train Simulator 2017. And also, as we're going on, we'll talk a little bit about Train Sim World as well from the same developers, Dovetail Games. I have some new action for you. And where are we? We are in Cologne, in Germany, with a new pack that has just been released. So you can basically drive from the Cologne airport on that line in towards Cologne itself. Let's have a look outside and have a look at the vehicle. Basic German train, commuter train. So we'll just go have a little bit of a look outside the train first of all. And the back of this is the airport / business park station. So we'll turn our lights on. Maybe I should go to the front. Okay, lights are correct at the front. You can see. I'll go down a bit. There's our simulated driver. I'll just get rid of the driving HUD for a second. There we go. So you can see through the train there. We'll have an interior view in a moment. Here's our interior view, including a system map. We'll go for a walk and we'll have a look at the system map. Or maybe we can't get that far. So that's our interior view out the window. There's a nice view. There's some passengers on there as well. Truck just went past. So we'll jump into the cab, and it's a pretty sweet looking cabin. Not exactly sure what button I pressed then. Now I can't read German, so I don't know what half of these screens say. Oh, lamp and test, I think, is a lamp test. But we will go into our HUD because, as I said, my German is basically non-existent. And we'll open the doors and we'll let passengers load. So doors are opening. Doors are open, doors have closed. Now what I'm going to do on this particular occasion, bit of horn, I'm just going to go full max power and let's show you what can happen if you don't obey speed limits. I don't recommend you doing this at home if you're a real train driver. So I'll just adjust the camera view we're just coming out of the dive. So we're going pretty close to top speed at this stage. Now people often ask me how fast can a train go. The Chengdu Speed Challenge, which I think is episode 24 25, that will show you how some trains can go on the same piece of track as each other. This one's about 142 kilometers an hour. I'm just going to show you something that I hope never happens in real life. In a lot of instances, you know, if you're a little bit over the speed limit in this game, it doesn't seem to have much of an effect. But there's a big effect coming up in this game. I tried it a little bit earlier. Didn't mean or intend to do this, but it happened. So I thought I'd get this out of the way and show you what can happen if you don't obey the speed limits in this game. Now, of course, I'm on quick drive at the moment, so we're not running to a mission or to a timetable or anything like that. Also a good chance to have a look at some of the scenery in the background. How the train's going past. Now after this happens, I am going to see track speed's gone down to 80. I'm doing 142 in an 80 zone. Up a flyover, see how the train's in the background, over a bridge, past the train depot. Still in an 80 zone, over another bridge. Now I haven't been to Koln, so I can't tell you how accurately this is modelled. Starting to get a little bit bumpy. 60 zone now. Double decker regional train goes past. I have been to Berlin and I have been to Frankfurt, but I haven't been to Cologne, so I can't tell you how accurate this is. Over a bridge, over it's like a harbour or a river. We're in a 40 zone now, absolutely zooming. There's a riverboat. And we've derailed. Train derailment due to consist tilt. So that is basically game over for this game, not for the episode, but for the game. And so interesting to see what sort of stats will come up in a moment. Speeding once. Yeah, I just continually sped. So what we will do, we will replay this seriously, and I'll be back in a moment. You can have a look at some of the other scenes that I have captured here. All train simulator games that I play can now be found at simulatedgaming.com or simulatedurk.com. There's a brand new website which will cover Train Simulator 2017, 2018, and of course Train Sim World. There's a new pack that's out for America and another one coming up for England that'll be out soon. And in Train Simulator you can go to Japan, you can go to England. The Virgin trains apparently have been popular with simulated rail fans. Train Sim World, there it is with the new American pack. I'll be having a first look at that very soon. Train Sim World GWR, that was pretty good. Need to play some more of that actually. They've actually released a lot of patches for all of the Train Sim World DLCs. So it'll be interesting to compare the difference. London Underground. Now you can't get the London Underground pack as a DLC, you have to go and download it yourself. the Eraser line in Switzerland. That was a more recent episode. Also some heritage London Underground trains as well from the past. SimulatedErk.com and SimulatedErkGaming.com. I also play farm simulators, emergency services role plays, and a lot more. So just waiting for the game to reload. You can follow me on Twitter at ErkPod, which is where I do most of my tweeting, and about games at Simulated Erk. So let's get into the game and let's do this a little bit more seriously, a little bit more sedately, and following the rules. I just want to check the lights. There we go. Back in the cab. A single handle combined power brake handle, reverser into forward. Doors have closed, horn, and we'll take off now. We've got a caution signal up here, or what I believe to be a caution signal. And there's a red signal coming up, so we have to remember that in Germany the signals are on the right. Now, of course, I don't know the German signalling system. There are previous episodes that you can find at simulatedgaming.com where I have driven other trains in Germany. So we'll just cautiously go up to this stop signal. It's better to crawl up the signal rather than pass it. Request a pass signal at danger approved. Okay, let's go. Yeah, our next signal's about 800 metres away. We'll just take our time. I'm not sure of the German regulations, what to do after you pass the signal at danger with authority. So we'll just take it easy until we'll take it easier. Until we get to the next signal. I can see another signal that stopped just up here. So there may be a couple of signal failures that we have to deal with. See, they could be switching another train onto my track according to that signal there on the left. So the signal on the right is the one that we're concerned with. So it was okay, and the signal is clear. So a little bit of horn, train lights. So let's get into it. Our next station is in about 2.5 kilometres. You can see down the bottom, 120 zone. We'll shut off and just roll. Oh, the speed limit's dropped to 100. Next station's about 1.5 kilometres. I'm not going to stop at it, I'm just going to stop at the one at the end. Little bit of speed, but not much. They may be signs warning of the approach to a station. We'll shut off here, we'll coast, there goes another train. Speed limit's dropped to 80. So we'll just a little bit of power because we're just about to go up the flyover. There's an ICE to the left. Just shut off here. We can see at the station ahead in about 1.5 kilometres. The next one that I need to stop at the end of the simulation. We'll just coast in. While green lights, we cross the bridge. I didn't see any sign that said 40 then. I think there's a few speed boards missing on this map down the bottom of the screen. Station's just around the corner. We're out in a 40 zone, so it's not much faster. There's a nice looking cathedral to the left. Now, I don't know how long this station is. It's like a fairly long one. There's a stop signal, so I should better stop before it anyway. So we'll just go up the signal and we'll stop there. There's our passengers loading and unloading. Hello, young lady. And I have reached the end of this quick drive scenario. Well, I sped 3 times. Stopped at one destination and I travelled 21 kilometres. This is the Koln Airport link and West Rhine. So if we have a look at career for this line, there's a freight scenario. There's another freight scenario. There's another freight scenario. Well, there's a passenger one. These are all passenger ones, 35 minutes to 40 minutes or so. What I actually might do, we might do another quick drive, but with another train that we saw. Another train that we saw on this particular route. Let me see if I can find it. I've got a fair few German trains now on here that have been included in various packs and various scenarios. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's change the route. So we'll go from where we just came from and we'll go to there and all will be good. So I'm really looking forward to the new Train Sim World DLC that's been released based on the Northeast Corridor from New York. Really looking forward to seeing that. And there's also a new one which will be out soonish called West Somerset Railway, which is based in regional England with some historic trains, so that should be interesting. Although a few people were wondering if they were going to include steam in that particular area because it's It's known as a heritage area and that sort of thing, but they're mainly going with diesels at the moment. I can't imagine how hard it would be to accurately model steam in Train Sim World. That would be quite hard to do, I believe. So you can find all the previous episodes at simulatedgaming.com. See them all there, see the various trains that I've driven. I've still got quite a few trains that I've purchased but I haven't yet driven, so there'll be some more train sim action coming up soon. I haven't done any train sim action for a while since the Train Simulator 2018 update arrived. But you can see on the screen some of the previous adventures that I've had. Now, I've had a couple of comments where people are pondering, why am I showing people the outside of the train, even though it's supposed to be a train simulator? Now, I recognise that there's all sorts of different people out there. Some people, they would only want to see what the view's like outside the front of the train, and then that's it. And then you get other people who would like to see the train going through the countryside and that sort of thing. And I'm a little bit of both. So sometimes you'll see where I only look out the front window, and then there's others where, especially later on in the trip, where I've been going out of the front of the window for a while, out of the front of the train, so I've been doing that for a while, and then I might switch to some of the external views and that sort of thing. Scenario failed to reload. That can't be good. And this is why I don't live stream. Well, we can't. That didn't work. Maybe if we try a different waypoint or something like that, we'll see how that goes. That's very strange. Now, a lot of the train simulator stuff is purchased DLC, downloaded content, and usually it just works straight out of the box and it's fine. And there's only been one exception to that in terms of actually paying for the vehicles or whatnot. And when I saw that somebody had modelled the London Underground, or part of the London Underground, I thought this is going to be good, even though it's not put out by the people who make the games or people who are working on behalf of Dovetail Games. But when somebody went to the effort and they're like, I think it's the district line from memory in London. Oh, here's the district line with London Underground stock. I thought, yes, I have to get this working, and I got it working, and it was rather sweet. So if you go back through simulatedgaming.com, it's episode 27, London Underground, the district line, so you'll be able to experience that for yourself. And that was rather sweet. Of course, I don't only play train simulator games, I've also got into American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator, and I noticed on American Truck Simulator, when it was released, it only allowed you to go to Arizona, Nevada and California, and it was extended recently to New Mexico, and I did New Mexico and I got through New Mexico in about a week. But there's some mods out there which even allows you to drive over more of America and even into Canada, which I found amazing when I saw it, the amount of effort and time that would take to even if it's just a case of changing road signs so they look Canadian and that sort of thing. Here we go, we're in a bit more luck. So if we have a look outside, oh yes, this is what I wanted to drive. Our double deck regional train. So we'll turn our lights on. Now you can see how long this particular train is compared to the platform. The first carriage and a half actually isn't on the platform. If we go back, so what they've got here, I've got a locomotive pushing at the back, and they've got the locomotive on the platform at the back, which really isn't necessary. And you've got a car and a half off the platform at this end. So what will be interesting to see now, this section is off the platform. Now I want to, for the moment, just get rid of the heads-up driving display. And put it back on so I can open the doors, and let's see what happens. Now they haven't opened there. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I want to walk down up the platform for a bit. Okay, so that's interesting. I think I need to open, no, the doors are open. Doors have closed again. What I'll do, I'll sort my camera view out. And I'll open the door again. And you can see there whoops. I need to open the doors again. So you can see there the door that's next to the platform is open, but the ones that aren't are closed. So that's rather cool. So let's get in the cab. We'll turn our heads-up display back on because I don't know all the keyboard shortcuts, etc. And we'll go for a bit of a drive in this thing. So reverse into forward, and we'll just wait for the doors closing announcement or the chimes. Okay. So doors are still open there. waiting for the doors to close. Doors are closed now. A little bit of horn. And off we go. Now what we have to remember is that we've got a locomotive behind us pushing. Brakes were pretty good on that occasion. There is a station coming up here, so we'll jump back in the cab. Now this one's got separate handles for brake and power. Yellow line's there for a reason. Actually a white line, but you get the idea. Now of course I don't drive these trains all the time, so and I haven't driven a simulated train for quite some time actually. So we'll stop there, we'll open the doors. And we should have a look at the back. Oh, there's the locomotive. The locomotive's off the platform, I don't care about that. Oh, and even that, the back car's off the platform anyway. That wasn't as I had 0.621 wheel slip. Okay. Whoops. I was not expecting that. And I wasn't expecting that drive to be so short either, so we went from, let's go from port 1, see if this works, to Koln, and we'll see if this works. I want to drive some more of that train. I saw those trains when I was in Germany. Don't think I rode one, but I did see them. I mainly rode on the ICE trains when I was in. Oh, there's so much trainage to be had in Germany, and also there's quite a few German trains that I've got here on Train Simulator that I've purchased on various routes. Some of them feature in various episodes. I know Hamburg was one of the early episodes that I did. spoiler alert in that one. I have to go and see my had to go and see my simulated shift manager for that one. I just want to see if this particular scenario works. The good thing, of course, about Train Simulator is that you can drive a lot of different trains in a simulated safe environment that you wouldn't normally be able to do in real life. And also, say for instance you want to drive a London Underground train in Germany, you can. Or if you want to drive an American train in London, you can. I must have a look, considering that people have done mods on this game. I have to see, I don't think anyone has done any Australian carriages for Train Simulator 2017-2018. So here we are. We're actually going to have a decent run in 20 kilometres. So let's have a look at the front of our train briefly, because I want to see the lights. There we go. And I also, can we zoom out a little? Also like getting these shots on screen caps. Oops. See the various simulated drivers. This guy in his super vest. So we'll open the doors and let the passengers load. So here the train fits on the platform, but for some reason the doors of the front carriage aren't open. So doors are closed. Reverse it into forward. A little bit of power, some hornage, brakes off, and let's go. So we're in an 80 zone. Now of course with this train I must remember that I've got a loco pushing me at the back. So I have been on push-pull trains before where it's quite obvious where there's a loco at the back. Really gives you a jolt up the backside. That's not the best angle. Oh, okay. The train's in a tunnel. Ah, there's an 80 board coming up. Oh, a bit bumpy there. This tunnel seems to go on forever. Oh, here's the end. There's some daylight again. There's old mate up the front. Hey, old mate. Or tunnel. go for a passenger view. Look, it's 2013. Now you might recognise this little bit of track from earlier. Hey old mate, how you doing? So we're about 2.5 kilometres away from the main station in Koln now. Destination's a kilometre and a half away. So we're just on a coast, we've got a 60 zone coming into a 40 just before the station. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh dear, our simulated train has crashed, not in the way at the beginning of the episode. That wasn't good at all. So we didn't make it. Anywho, I'm Simulated Irk. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed that episode, the first train simulator episode for quite some time. You can find more episodes at simulatedgaming.com, including Train Simulator, Train Sim World, and a whole heap of games that have absolutely nothing to do with trains, trucks, or buses or trains. I'm Simulated Irk. Thanks for watching. You can follow me at Simulated Irk and at IrkPod on Twitter. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.